It's Al and Yolanda. It's got to be more careful.
What up? What up?
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
We are back. And I said that I was going to say we are back at home. Does that make sense? We are back at home.
But we're always at home.
Yeah, but I need to say that.
Okay.
Because it's actually written in our bio. Talk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Talk like that.
We're at home in our home studio.
We're at home in our home studio.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what's going on?
Not much. School.
That's right.
Work. That's about it.
You started your school.
Yes.
So how's it going?
One class is going really well.
Right.
And the other class is so-so.
So.
Yeah.
Well, you started your journey into school, so, give you a round of applause for that.
Whoop, whoop.
And you're going to make that thing happen.
Mm-hmm.
No anxiety, none of that, right?
I don't know about all that.
Oh, man.
I mean, I'm just going to tell you the truth. I'm not going to lie to you. And anxiety might creep up from time to time.
It might, but then you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
And keep it pushing.
Keep it pushing. Keep it moving.
This episode, my energy level might sound like it's a little down, but it's not because of this. It's because of what we got to talk about.
Okay.
One character in one show.
Okay.
Right? We decided we were going to talk about some of the things that we watch on TV.
Right.
The first one is Snowfall. We're up to date. We've seen every episode.
Yep.
And we got a little bit to say about that. The second half or the last few minutes will be Moon Knight, or would you care to reverse it?
No, we can go with Snowfall first.
Snowfall first.
I hope everybody's watched it. I hate to give away spoilers.
Well, brace yourself for spoilers. Like, we're not going to talk about every little thing that happens.
Right.
We're going to talk about the overall feel of what's going on the show.
Man,
oh man.
There's somebody on the show that I don't like right now.
Right. Let's start it off. Ready?
Okay.
So, Snowfall. If you had to describe what it's about, what would you say?
A young man trying to make his mark in the world, but he did it by selling drugs.
Like via drug dealer.
Yeah.
But
he's very intelligent.
Very intelligent, and his name is Franklin.
Franklin Saint.
Franklin Saint. He's the star of the show. I mean, me personally, when I first saw it, I thought Rick Ross, not Rick Ross the rapper, but Rick Ross the actual drug dealer that came out in L.A. back in the day. But regardless of that, the show is a very good show.
It is.
You see Franklin climb from being, just a young man, in school, working at a store or whatever.
Right.
And you see him climb all the way up.
In the drug game.
Yeah, in the drug game where he's making money, flying planes and
everything. Not just flying planes, owning his own plane.
Right. He's the son of an ex-Black Panther. And I think his mother was too.
I think so too.
I can't think of her name right now.
Sissy.
His dad was Alton.
Some people said Alton on the show. Other people said Alton.
Right. So there you have it. You have Franklin, who's the son of Alton and Sissy. And Alton and Sissy are ex-Black Panther members. Right. So what do you think about the parent characters in the show?
Sissy tried to do, what she could do to raise Franklin by herself because Alton left at some point in time.
Right.
And she, became a single mother. So she did what she had to do. She hustled. She worked for, I think it was a real estate guy.
Like collecting rent?
Collecting rent. Well, really, she she kind of did everything.
She was really like a project manager or housing manager.
Right. But it seemed like she was doing all the paperwork in the office too.
I don't think she was getting paid accordingly. And in the first season, you see like it feels like the guy that she's working for
was taking advantage of her.
You know what I mean?
And he was kind of hitting on her sexually too.
Yeah. So what about Alton? Now, he wasn't around.
Not at first.
I don't know what season he popped up.
I can't remember. I just remember they found him on the street corner, right? He was out there. Right. Franklin saw him.
I am not sure. I'm not sure.
Right, because those early episodes,
Yeah, it's been such a long time since we've seen that.
But when he came back, it was like, okay, is he really trying to help out, or what is he doing?
I was unsure on that. But the reason that I'm talking about the parents, because there's this description, 2 words that come into play when I think about Franklin's father, self-righteous.
Very self-righteous.
That's what I felt. Now, some people might say, man, come on, man, what are you talking about? Very self-righteous, and I wanted to see the conflict between Franklin and Alton, because, I'm a Black Panther. We did this, we did that. But here it is, your son is selling drugs.
Which he didn't agree with.
Which he did not agree with. And we'll get back to those 2. Now, the next level of characters. Now, I have to watch your face when I say these names. Jerome, who is Franklin's uncle, Sissy's brother, and Lou.
Oh, Louie.
Jerome's girlfriend. Lou is a very interesting character, which much of this talk that I'm here to do is about Lou.
Right.
Because you watch her go from one extreme to the other.
Right.
Right? Which was Franklin. He put her on.
Yes.
She get money. He put her on. I think they sort of allude to the fact that she may have been a prostitute.
She was.
Working for another chick, which she's not relevant. We're not going to talk about her. So I don't want to say from nothing to something. I don't want to say that. But you could watch the show and it feels like that. Like,
well, it feels like she's ungrateful.
Well, we're going to get to that. Right.
Okay.
Now, Jerome, I feel bad for him because it's like he loves Lou, but he loves his sister, he loves his nephew. He's like caught in the middle.
Right.
And sometimes it's hard looking at him on screen. First of all, I can't stand that Jerry curl wig. I can't stand it.
You don't like that curl?
Oh, no.
It'd be all nice and shiny and glistening and stuff.
You know who he reminds me of?
Who?
Vin Rhames.
Oh.
Can you see that? Yeah, he reminds me of Vin Rhames, with the goatee and the way his mouth is.
He reminds me of Bow-Legged Lou.
That too. He's just everything.
Right.
But so Lou is a very interesting character in her place on the show, what she represents. And it's hard for me to watch it from season 1. I think we just finished season 5.
Whatever the latest season is.
To now, she has went totally extreme in her character.
Oh, yeah.
To the point where you don't like her, do you?
No.
Can't stand her.
Can't stand her.
Okay, so next would be, I'm going to say Leon.
Yes,
Leon is a friend at Franklin.
Right, basically his best friend.
Yeah, he grew up with. Yeah. Leon's character has taken a dramatic turn also.
Right, because at first he was just ignorant.
Yeah, but I think his change was triggered by the police raiding the projects.
Right.
I don't think he,
Now he's
pro-Black.
Yeah, pro-Black.
Yeah, he's pro-Black.
Right.
The next character, I'm only going, on the Franklin side of things. The next character would be who?
Teddy.
Well.
Oh, Veronique.
That's his girlfriend.
Where did she come from?
I don't know. She just popped up like season 4. Like,
right.
There was no history, no
nothing.
Anything. She just popped up.
Unless we missed something in season 3.
Right. So now she's what? Pregnant. She's business partners. Did I just say partners? I don't know what I said. With Franklin, it's but her character, I don't understand like where that came from. Wanda, she has a very interesting character, and we just going through the characters before we actually get into what we're saying. But Wanda, she had a bout with crack, cocaine, and she made her way back. She was always, I think Leon always liked her.
Leon always loved her.
And so you kind of see their characters together, apart, now back together. Right. So that part of the storyteller, I think is dope. Right. And then there's other characters. Avi, the Israeli gun dealer. There's Teddy. Teddy.
What was his name before he went back to being Teddy?
Reed.
That was, how can I forget that?
All right. Your last name. Your your maiden name. How do I say that? It's maiden?
Yeah.
Maiden name. Okay. So there's Reed.
How can I forget that? That's crazy.
So Avi is a Israeli gun dealer.
That used to be Mossad.
Yes, Mossad. Right. So how do we describe Teddy / Reed other than CIA?
Now he's ex-CIA, but yeah.
CIA. Right. So his character.
Doing the government's dirty work.
Right. They're selling drugs.
To raise money. For a war in South America. Crazy.
Yeah. Which, we talked about it. That's kind of, hey, is this like Oliver North from back in the day? Right. Is that what this is? Right. But anyway, he's a very annoying character. Who else? Well, Reed's Also. He started off a wrestler.
Gustavo.
A wrestler. He started off a wrestler. Kind of came up a little bit. Got down at this point. He's down with Reed. And, Teddy, Reed, whatever you want to call him. And, yeah. He's kind of like muscle / when I see him in the show, I kind of feel like a wisdom. Like he's really, I'm going to walk down the hill instead of running. Right. We missing anybody?
No, I think those are the main characters.
Right. Those are the main characters. Now, here we go. The dynamic of the show that bothers me the most, it's not portraying, which most people could say, it's not portraying a young black man as a drug dealer. That doesn't bother me.
Okay.
Black love on there doesn't. That's cool. I'm good with that.
Right.
Between Veronique, Franklin, Jerome, Lou, that doesn't bother me. Wanda, Leon, that doesn't bother me. Would you like to know what bothers me?
Yeah, what bothers you?
Louis.
Oh, Louis.
That's her name, Louis?
I don't know. Louis.
And the reason she bothers me is because I always had this saying that I heard someone say, if you want to see the true somebody,
give them some money.
Give them some money.
Give them something to drink.
No, money, power. And the other one is sex.
Oh, okay.
For, when I was growing up, I always looked at that. Once a boy starts getting a lot of sex, he changes. He get money, he changes. He get a little recognition, which kind of / power, where he can say things and whatever and call shots and people hanging on his words. He's not the same person. I kind of feel like her character defines that.
Right. Now, in this season, Franklin realized that he wanted to be in control and call the shots. But
Season 5?
Yeah, so do you think that he changed as he got more power, or he's basically the same?
He had to. He had to change.
Right.
He had to change because of the position he's in. At the same time, he's working toward becoming legit, buying real estate and doing all this stuff.
Then he was taking care of other people.
He has to change.
Right.
I got his transformation.
Right.
I get it. But back to Louis.
No,
I didn't understand.
It's like, I don't know. It's like she resentful, or
I think
now she wants to be the woman in charge?
Me personally, like, we're not professional critics, but we our pastime is watching all these shows. You know, me looking at it, I think her character is put there to tell or show that type of dynamic that goes on in human interaction all the time. They gave that woman some money and some power. And she lost her mind.
It went to her head.
Now,
she walking around in fur coats and everything.
Okay,
now.
So we got the character side of the way.
Okay.
The season finale, which is what we're here for.
Okay.
So maybe a little bit before some things were going on, Louis has a cop in her pocket. I forgot his name. He doesn't matter. But she has a cop in her pocket that he's LAPD. She's paying him to do all this crazy stuff.
Buckley.
Okay, Buckley. So you got that memory, see. Buckley. Peaches, who was we didn't talk about him, but Peaches was Franklin's main bodyguard. Maybe an episode or two before, things started to unravel. Right. According to the show, Peaches may have stole a lot of money from
Franklin
and disappeared. They can't find him.
Right.
But they do touch on some veteran stuff.
Yes.
Okay, so the money gets stolen from Franklin. Peaches and Jerome are making a lot of money.
Louis and Jerome.
I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Louis and Jerome are making a lot of money. They kind of sitting comfortably. Now, because of something that happened back in season 2, I think it might have been season 2. One of Leon's and Franklin's friends, they get killed. Did Franklin kill him?
Yes.
Franklin killed him, but he had to. This guy was out of control.
Right.
He wasn't thinking clearly. So his uncle, Kane, gets out.
I thought that was his brother. He said, you killed my brother.
Little brother?
Yeah.
But anyway, he's a shot call on the street. He gets out. He's pressure also. So Franklin is looking at all of this.
A lot of stuff.
So he goes to the guy and he sets up a deal. He says, hey, I'll pay you this, right? He goes to Kane and he tries to peacefully get out of the situation.
Yes.
But I think Kane told him to kick rocks.
The first time, but then they worked out something. Leon worked out something with him the second time.
Leon did it. So they kind of got him in check. Now on the flip side, you have Louis making her moves on the low. So she has a cop go and kill Kane.
Well, tried to kill him.
But she tried to kill him. Now, Kane is very influential. And Louis being in the position she's in, she should know that.
But she didn't care.
She didn't care. Now, I know I'm jumping around, but fast forward when she did something else, which was
went behind Franklin's back to set up direct drop from Teddy. Cut Franklin out.
Yeah. So let's say it in today's way. She wanted Teddy to be her plug.
Yeah, she wanted to go to the plug directly.
Wanted to go straight to him.
Yeah.
Direct, which would cut Franklin out. The guy that put you on.
That put you on.
Now, Franklin, having all these reservations about this and that, had already told Teddy, I'm out.
Well, he told Teddy he was out once he found out that Louis went to him.
Right. Right. But he didn't say I'm out. He called him when he was out of his mind, which we're not going to touch that. And he told Teddy something to the nature of, I'll kill you before you kill me. Whatever. But it's a lot of things going on. Plus, Franklin's mother's a little funny style, which we would have to talk about that another time and why she's in her mind state. But so Louis is doing all this stuff, which I'm like, the cojones, is that a good word?
I guess.
On her. To you making a move on your husband's nephew. What are you thinking? And when he confronted her, you remember what she said?
It was her turn.
It's her turn. No, women, blah, 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 blah. She used that whole women's thing to be an asshole. But how you feel about her?
Like I said at the beginning, she ungrateful.
Ungrateful.
She's unloyal.
Why do you think she changed?
Like you said, power, money.
She got money and power. She changed because she's actually walking around like she's just sitting on a throne.
Like she the queen pin.
And you do realize that I got the vibe that Jerome wanted to be out at one point.
Jerome never wanted to be in.
Yeah. But I'm saying once he was in, he wanted to be out. Remember, he had the shop that put speakers in the cars and all that. It's like,
and he wanted to give back to the community.
Right. Even when they spread out and they started sending drugs to...
Was that Arkansas?
Arkansas.
Yeah.
That was Louis.
Yeah.
I don't think Jerome was really... I think he was kind of hesitant about it.
He was hesitant about that. Jerome has been hesitant about the whole thing.
Right. Louis, man, I know it's a character and it's turning the show. It makes you want to come back because I'm actually waiting on her to get hers.
Oh, she gonna get it.
I'm waiting for Franklin to lay it down. Am I wrong?
But Franklin's not gonna do it himself.
You think you're gonna have someone else?
He already put put it in action. We ain't gonna say what he did, but
we talking about the season finale. Talk to me.
He put it in action.
Right. He put it in action because even when he went to her and was like, "Yo,
I need you to call Teddy," and she said, "I can't do that."
Right.
You can't help him. You can't help Franklin.
Your nephew?
Your nephew?
You can't help him.
The one that put you on?
What?
The one that's been supporting you the whole time?
Got to be more careful.
Got to be more careful.
What world just happened? And Franklin, under pressure, he pulls out that thing on her. And she has the cop.
The ex-cop, but yeah. Buckley.
Pull the thing on Franklin.
Right.
I'm like, man,
and said, in respect to your uncle, I'm going to let you live.
Which is her husband. Like, yo, what is going on? It makes me wonder how many people are walking around that are actually like that. A lot.
You know it is.
Well, in a nutshell, Snowfall is a great show.
Yes, it is.
They have multiple characters that have their own stories and they're developing them. But for me, and you could say whatever you have to say next, but for me, that character, that dynamic between Louis and Franklin, it gets me every time.
Right. The first 3 seasons, you would be like, they always gonna be tight. Right?
Yes.
And then
yeah,
it started changing in the 4th season. And then it came to a head in the 5th season.
And they snuck it right in under us.
Yeah, they did.
Because Franklin had nemesis in every season. In the beginning, it was the cop next door, right? And you thinking, wow, how is he going to get out of this? And then after the cop, it was the cop's daughter. She turned into a holy roller, and it was like, wow, okay. And then who else was a nemesis?
The crazy guy.
The guy from
whose daughter got killed in the
guy from the
shootout.
wood.
Yeah.
But he was good though. He was good.
Right.
But yeah. And then that, and then it was but before him it was main boy. Remember? When Franklin killed him and he was on the floor, he was like, yo, they gonna turn on you too. Then he said, do me yourself. Look me in the eye. Franklin,
right.
Bong, shot him.
Okay.
So it's been a few people.
Yeah.
And
never thought it would be
Louis was bubbling under the bottom.
Right.
Is that like a dynamic of how life is?
I think so.
It's the one right next to you.
Mm-hmm.
Great show though.
Yeah.
Great show. I'm ready for the next season.
I know, but now we gotta wait.
Yeah, but we didn't give away much. So if someone is listening to this, right, they would be like, the characters we talked about, but we didn't give you every twist and turn.
Right.
Right.
It should whet their appetite to see it if they haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
Like, I need to get on Snowfall.
Yeah, I need to get and we avoided it. Do you remember why we started watching it?
Because Queen Sugar had went off.
Well, it wasn't Queen Sugar.
What
I'm
was it?
almost embarrassed to say it because I was told to watch it for so long and I avoided it. Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay. Is that
took-
what we was watching?
We binge watched
We binged that.
crazy. And what was it, 8 seasons or something like that? We watched every freaking episode.
Yeah.
Which was a great show.
Game of Thrones was really good.
It was really good. I have to say this to everyone that's listening. We get busy on these shows. Once we get locked in, we are there.
We go crazy on the shows.
Our lives become
the show.
Whatever the show is.
I know, right?
Like, what's one of your favorite shows that we watched?
Wow. We've watched so many. I don't even know where to start.
Let me throw one out there.
Game of Thrones was good.
I was happy, because I'm going to say this, to put you on to Dexter.
Oh, Dexter was good.
It was good, right?
Even though I didn't go back and watch all the episodes, I was but the new one was good. Yeah.
I was literally pausing the movie.
And now I'm like, are they going to continue with his son's story?
I hope so.
Man.
I hope so.
That one was good.
How about Dark Matter?
Dark Matter
Not
was
a popular
good.
one, but we got stuck on that.
Dark Matter was good.
How about Westworld?
That was good.
Yeah, that was good. So
I need another season of that too.
We were going. Going. I mean, we could name so many.
Right.
But we were going. Which gives us a segue into the next part. Once them boys stopped banging in the movie theaters because of the pandemic, they started Disney Plus. Disney Plus gave us Falcon Winter Soldier, WandaVision, Hawkeye. Am I missing somebody?
Loki,
which was a great one, by the way. Well, all of these were good.
Right. That was it, right?
It's just WandaVision started off a little slow. But once it picked up,
Yeah. WandaVision, Falcon, Winter Soldier.
Yep.
Hawkeye, Loki.
I think that's it.
That's it?
I'm not, I can't remember. Am I missing someone?
No, that was the movie. I think that's it.
Okay. Now, they made me pay attention to something.
What's that?
On the Falcon Winter Soldier one. Because the conflict in there was me, Falcon. I'm talking as if I'm Falcon, but can I be Captain America with the history
of this country
that they have with black people? Now, if anyone knows Falcon is a black man.
Right.
And I was so happy that they showed the original guy.
Right.
A black man that had the serum in him before
Captain America.
Right. And to me, forget the action, forget all that other stuff. That's what made that show great to me, because I think that's a question that a black man would ask himself. How in the hell am I going to be Captain America?
Right. You think President Obama asked himself that question when he became president?
I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
I'm sure he asked himself that question before he became president.
Right.
Right. Because we talked. That was another great series we watched too. The Obama, his rise. I'm yeah.
Okay.
But Marvel, they did that.
Okay.
Which brings us to now. They have a show called Moon Knight.
Ooh.
I am a Marvel fan. It's dope. But let me tell you something. Before I get into it, you tell me what you think about the show, how it's moving. We ain't got to get into plots and who did this.
I like the show.
Okay.
It's interesting.
Okay.
It's a little confusing.
Okay.
But it's interesting.
What's confusing about it?
Well, I mean, what's real and not what is real and what's not real.
Between the two characters, you mean?
Yes.
Okay,
or just the one character. Well, what's real?
Let's introduce them.
Okay.
There's Steven and there's Mark. We don't know if Mark is a alter ego or if Steven is an alter ego. Right? When you looking at it, who's who? Who's the original person? It's
right.
Like two people sharing the same mind or conscious.
Yes, somebody with schizophrenia.
Right.
Or
schizophrenia is a great word.
Or they have a word for it with the multiple personalities.
I thought it was schizo.
Yeah, there's another one that says something personality
Okay.
disorder.
Okay.
I can't think the name of
Okay.
it though.
So-
Dissociative or something like that.
So that's what you pull from it? Like, you know, you like the pace of the show?
Right. But what I don't like
Come on with
is
it. Come on with it.
so the show is basically about Egyptian gods.
Right.
And it's just continuing on with the history
Right.
of this world where they take something from us, change it around,
Right.
and make it theirs,
Right.
and kind of leave
no
us out of
traces,
it.
No traces of us.
Right.
Right. Right. So the thing is this. So
even changing the way they pronounce the names and
right.
changing the story up and
Right.
just
Right.
like, where are we?
Right. So years ago, you know, when I was so deep into Egyptian culture, I had spoke to a guy. He wrote a great book. I can't think of his name right now. He used to sell books on 125th Street. The first thing he talked to me about was stop reading Egyptology books written by these white folks. Because even the names of Egypt are actually the names that Greece gave these gods of Egypt. For instance, Osiris, right? Real name is Asar. An Egyptian, what's his wife's name? Isis. Her name was Aset. Aset. Horus, it's not Horus, it's Hero, where the word hero comes from.
Right.
Right. So, but anyway, I am very conscious of that. Very conscious of it. So I'm looking at it and I know, I'm going to use your word here, people take the liberty of. So, but what they have to understand as a responsibility, when you rearrange something as old and ancient and at one point the Mecca of the world, some kid is reading that and the only knowledge he has of
is
Egypt
what they're seeing
is
right there
through Marvel.
Right.
And I think they should have a bigger responsibility.
Which is surprising that Marvel is doing this.
Seeing that we thought they got it right with Black Panther.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then comes this. Now, Moon Knight is not new. He's been around for a while.
Right.
He just wasn't a popular character.
Which I didn't know, but you know, you're all things Marvel, so.
Yeah, you know, like a lot of people don't know that Iron Man, War Machine, Black Widow, who else is on there? Hawkeye. I want to say Thor. Those are all, if you had levels A, B, C.
Yeah, you said B characters,
they're
right?
B characters. But see, once Marvel sold their stuff, you know, that's what they were left with.
Right.
You know, the big boys in comic books, no matter where you are, if you say Batman.
I know everybody knows who Batman is.
Superman. Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
And that's DC. On the Marvel side, Spider-Man.
Right.
Outside of those four names, well, maybe the Hulk. But outside of those four names, I mean.
Right.
So the rest of those characters were B characters. Great job in what they did. Well, let's get back to Moon Knight. That representation of the Egyptian culture in that way has got to stop. Great show, but you got to stop it.
Yeah.
You got to stop it. Khonshu. I could talk about it, but it's no need to talk about it. Khonshu is the Egyptian god of, let's say, justice. Not according to the show. I'm telling you what it is, right? Khonshu. So Khonshu uses Mark or Stephen as his avatar.
Well, Mark.
Remember what we said in the beginning? You know.
Yeah.
Right. So Mark or Stephen as his avatar to go out and right the wrongs in the world.
Right.
He called them to protect his night travelers.
The travelers of the night.
Whatever that means. Okay.
Right.
So Khonshu is depicted as what is that? A pelican, a bird?
I don't know what it is.
Wow. But that's the way it really is. Okay, I'm good with that. The problem starts is this right here. He has an English accent.
Mm-hmm.
And he's clearly a white guy.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Seriously? Now let's go forward.
Okay.
The council,
Mm-hmm.
when the God showed up.
Mm.
Really? Ra, white man.
Well, his avatar was white.
Okay, well, whatever. And I'm sitting there going, yo, are y'all serious right now? Seriously?
Right.
Like, it is so far. Well, put it this way. From the time that Napoleon supposedly shot off the nose of the Sphinx and went in and stole secrets and did all this stuff,
Mm-hmm.
we are so far from that. Why are you still perpetrating that game?
Mm.
Like, and you know, me being a person that, you know, fortunate enough to visit North Africa,
Mm-hmm.
you know, Egypt, I've been to Cairo, I've been to Alexandria.
Mm-hmm.
The complexion over there is an Arab look.
Mm-hmm.
But if you know history, you know why it's like
Mm-hmm.
that. You know, it's a whole country in Africa.
Right.
And none of the major players look like us.
Right.
That's through war.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to get into that.
Right.
So,
because we can go down the rabbit hole.
Yeah. So you look at the council when the gods came, they had white avatars, one black girl. One black girl. The one that told Mark, hey.
Yes.
Right. One black girl, but what's the word? She was careful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yo, like you got to do this. You know?
Yeah.
She had no power.
Right.
We're talking about the Egyptian gods here. She ain't got no power.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What was the next thing that bothered me? So you reach this climax in the show,
mm-hmm.
and you're looking for something.
And they slow it down.
Well, it wasn't the fact that they slowed it down. It's the tomb that they found.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Mm.
You found Alexander the Great's tomb, and the story that they attached to him is actually not his story. It was one of his generals. Because when Alexander the Great passed away, he divided what he thought was the world to up amongst his generals.
Right.
And he gave one of his generals Ptolemy, Egypt. And Ptolemy, we just skipped. We're not going down that hole, but he spent a lot of time killing priests because he wanted them to make him a god pharaoh.
Right.
Right? It wasn't Alexander.
You know what I say?
What?
The liberty.
The liberty. You take the liberty of that. And when I saw that, I'm like, what? And then after that, here is the person that leads you into the underworld. They got the character wrong, first of all. But most importantly, how does she talk? Can you imitate her?
No, I can't imitate her, but she was us, but she had braids.
She had braids. But she's a hippo, right? Which is the correct visual for her.
Right.
She's a hippo with braids. You know how the Egyptians, the braids.
Yeah.
But she was talking like a white girl from England, and I can't even do it.
And you know what's so crazy is the braids. I'm not even going to go there.
Makes you feel like you want to jump back in the 80s and say, what? Bo Derek did what?
Right.
I know where you're
going. I'm not even going to go there, but go ahead. Go ahead.
Did you watch that movie, though, 10?
I think I did, but it's been so long ago.
Dudley Moore?
It's been so long ago.
Okay. Well, so Moon Knight it's a good show. It's a good show, but it's just that that bothers me. Like, come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Got to be more careful.
What are y'all doing, bro?
Right.
I mean, what would it hurt you to acknowledge things? That's just like someone, when I was younger, I forgot the name of that movie, but it was a movie about Antony and Cleopatra. And I would be upset saying, why are they showing Cleopatra as a white girl? But then when I got older, I realized something. From learning and talking to people and they teaching me, she was white. She was Greek. It was at that point when Ptolemy had took over. Cleopatra's like his great-granddaughter or granddaughter. That makes sense. Because Egypt was conquered by the Greeks at one point. by many other nations.
Right.
And they took over the whatever. They blood got there,
Mhm.
whatever. So when I talk about Egypt, I talk about the old kingdom,
Mhm.
where, it was controversial. It might have been, the Nubians
Mhm.
sitting on that throne.
Right.
No pyramids and all that stuff got built in the new kingdoms.
Right.
Hey, but back to Moon Knight. I like the show,
Mhm.
but come on, Marvel, give us a break, right? What you
Yep.
think?
Yep. I totally agree.
Give us a break.
Give us a break.
Give us a break. You gotta keep showing our kids this.
Hmm.
Like we ain't did nothing in the world.
You know what I say?
But it's sad because the show is actually decent. So I'm gonna keep watching it.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. I feel like a moron.
You feel like
A moron.
a moron? Oh.
Yeah. Okay. We have 40 minutes.
Or a sellout.
I'm looking at you. You look like you could barely keep your eyes open. Let's kick it. Let's be honest on these
I've
mics.
been tired, man.
Yeah. I feel like I'm dragging you
I've
through
been
this
tired
podcast.
between school.
Am I dragging you?
No, you're not dragging me. But I've been tired between school and work, and then, the trip to Kentucky and
Right.
and back. And it's just like, I don't think I've caught up or reset since then.
Okay.
And I'm still behind at work.
Okay. So,
Crazy.
I get it. So there might be some episodes where I go without you.
No.
You already did one without me.
What I did without you?
Vegas? New edition?
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you meant episodes of the podcast.
What you thought I was talking about?
I thought you were talking about watching the episodes on TV.
Hey, people out there, I said she was tired. Here we go.
Why would you go without me on the episodes?
Because I don't want to feel like I'm dragging you through.
But you're not dragging me. What is this?
I don't know. You tell me.
Is 8121 Talk with who?
Okay. Well, let's break this down. You give me
Hmm.
a decent synopsis of Moon Knight. Listen carefully, everybody.
So, the main character or characters is trying to stop a person from releasing one of the Egyptian gods who he says is coming to judge the world and save the world, but the other god said that she will be coming to destroy the world as we know it.
Who's the other guy? Khonshu?
Khonshu.
Right. And
well, it should be Ma'at, but they said Emmett.
Okay. And the problem with her is she's judging people before it happens.
Right.
That's the problem.
Yes.
So Mark,
because you got to give people the opportunity to change.
Right. So Mark / Steven are the avatars of Khonshu.
Mm-hmm.
And they go after people that have done it already. They've done
who've
wrong.
already did the wrong.
So there's a conflict there.
Right.
Between Harold, who's the antagonist, and between Mark / Steven, who's the protagonist.
Right. And so Harold is saying that if you stop them before they do it, then that makes the world a better place.
Right.
But people change.
Right.
You can look at somebody and say they have the potential to do this.
Right.
But something might happen in their life and they change and they are completely a different person and they don't commit that evil. So
basically you're saying the show is about two ways of getting things done, opposing each other, saying my way, my way. Mm-hmm. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
With a little comic book stuff added in there. Mm-hmm. We have not talked about Moon Knight. Who is Moon Knight?
I don't know. You tell me.
Well, in a term where we're not really divulging anything, Moon Knight, Khonshu, is a Egyptian god that uses Mark / Steven to take care of his business. When they take care of his business, they go into superpower mode
and become Moon Knight. Okay.
which is powered by Khonshu.
Right.
That's pretty much it.
Okay.
All the other stuff, getting into plots and everything. Great show. I would recommend to watch it. I would recommend you go out and watch it.
And then I would recommend that you read up on some Egyptian gods.
Stuff. I would also recommend, Snowfall. To go back to that.
Oh yes, definitely.
We're not
watch
saying
Snowfall.
don't watch it. What we're doing here is saying, hey man, it's when you sit there on the couch, it's like, whoa, wait a minute. It's good conversation. It's a good thing to watch, but don't believe everything you see. In the case of Moon Knight, don't believe everything you hear. In the case of Moon Knight, and don't be so quick to judge with Snowfall.
Right.
It's what I'm saying.
There you go.
Franklin's doing what he's doing. I'm looking at something else, which is, loyalty.
Right.
If you in it, you in it.
There you go.
I guess that's about it.
Family over everything.
I guess that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
We came back. We saw. We conquered. Is that how you say it? Are you okay over there? It looks like you was getting ready to pass out or something. You good?
No, my shoulder hurting.
Ooh, man. I guess
physical therapy today.
I guess
we got a lot going on.
I guess we better work our way out of here. Because I ain't trying to go to emergency.
Oh my goodness.
Not
we ain't going to no emergency. Emergency.
Oh, let me say this. Let me drop this a little bit. Kim Brown. I was speaking to her and she was telling me all about Snowfall and whatever she watches. But the most important thing was she listened to the podcast and she gave it a thumbs up.
Yay. All right, Kim.
Appreciate it, Miss Brown. And we are out of here.
See ya.
We are back at home.
But we're out.
It's kind of rocky right now, but I'm going to figure out how to say that properly. We're back at home. We're back at home. Something like that. We out. That's how it goes. You know what?
It's Al and Yolanda. It's got to be more careful.